Seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright.
Hi everyone out there in the internet world. This is me, Ian, here in Scotland, and I finally made it to my hometown of Glasgow from Beijing. It was a bit of a journey. If you've not seen that video, that's my previous video, so have a watch at that. I'm in Helensburgh at the moment, and I'll explain that in a second, but it has been 3.5 years since I've been back, and I can tell you what, the weather is pretty decent, certainly beautiful today. It was beautiful yesterday. I'm also fortunate because where I live when I come back is stunning. Because I don't own a house or a car or anything yet, modern person, I live with my brother. Where they live is absolutely beautiful. Just have a look at this, it's beautiful. I think I've been searching for something my whole life. Like many people, maybe like you, I've been trying to find out more about the world. I've just got a curiosity, and when I come back and I speak to my family and friends, I get to understand that maybe I was always a little bit like that. I'm curious and maybe definitely a wanderer. I have a passion for a couple of things, a couple of causes, and one of them is the homeless. I just don't think that should be a case in this world. And the other is about having a strong anti-war stance. And I can see where I get that from because it's a clear influence from my parents. Let me introduce you to my mum, who's 95 years old and has had 12 children. Yep, 95, 12 children, 5 generations in my family still alive to this day. But my mum is still working furiously for charities, and one of the charities that she works for is knitting blankets for homeless people here in Glasgow. 5 generations, Mum, and you're knitting, and you're still knitting. You're still knitting blankets for the homeless people. You're an inspiration. Is this what you knit for the homeless?
Yeah.
So you knit these and you give them to the.
Crocheted.
Well, you crochet that and you give it to the homeless. That is so cool. Nobody should be homeless in this day and age.
No.
Should never be homeless.
No.
There's something wrong with society, so I've always wanted to try and understand it more. If you ask me, we should never have homeless people in this day and age, and certainly not in what is considered a wealthy country like Scotland, England, the UK, or even America for that matter. My father is no longer with us, but he was alive during the war and was a sailor. And he also had a strong anti-war stance. I'm down here in a place called Helensburgh, which is where his ashes were scattered after he was gone. And I remember as a kid asking him about who won the World War II, which obviously he was in. And he asked me to go and read the books and come back after doing some research. And I came back after doing some research and I implied that the Allies won the war. And he said something to me which stuck with me to this day. And he said to me, when anyone loses their life, then no one's really winning a war, and it's a hollow victory. And I get that now. The other thing to note here, in this area in Helensburgh, further down the coastline there is a place called Fastlane, and this is the home of the UK's nuclear submarine basin. Where I live is not that far up the coastline in that direction, maybe 5 miles or so. And the fact that this is the home of the nuclear base, or the UK's nuclear base site here in Scotland, is a bit of a bone of contention for many Scottish people. given that the naval base would be a direct target for any global conflict. And this is such a beautiful area of Scotland. I mean, look at this place. It is stunning, beautiful, and any war would devastate this area. And that's the thing, as war does, it devastates places, homes, families, communities, and should never be something that is contemplated. But unfortunately, we as humans, we still do that, which for me is just a little bit mad. When I was in my late teens, I also used to hang around here, down in this area, Helensburgh, and it was full of American naval soldiers or so from the base, which was here. Most of them are gone back home now, but I do remember how much trouble they did cause in this small town. Anyway, that's all in the past. So let's go and have a look at a beautiful Scottish town that is stunning, does play an important part in the UK's defence, but also plays an important part to many Scottish people, because people would come here to the coast and enjoy the weather, enjoy the sun. So anyway, let's go and have a look around. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy the weather.
You too.
Thank you. So this is Ian here in Helensburgh, which is a local town here in the west coast of Scotland. I will bid you farewell, catch up with you soon, getting over jet lag, got a lot more to share with you. Stay tuned, and as always, peace out, take care, speak to you soon.